You have so many organizations that have received your support for years, but yet we are still here. Many organizations that didn't do right by you or the mission that they asserted they existed for. And for that, I want to stand proxy and apologize. And then I want to introduce or reintroduce you to the Future Foundation. See, we work with youth and young adults who we call future adults between the ages of 13 and 21, because in the District of Columbia, our future adults aren't even going to high school. They're making a decision between 7th and 8th grade that this is not where they want to be and they can do something else. And that this education system has nothing for them, and whatever else these streets have to offer, they would prefer. So when I speak to you and read this poem about cooperative economics, it may not resonate with you because poetry may not be your thing. It's my thing. It's what helped save me when I didn't have anywhere to go, because I was a youngin' from 13th and Mississippi before they built the Ark on the corner and felt like that was a neighborhood worth investing in. So I will be honest with you and say that the Future Foundation is me showing up for a young Ayana that didn't have anybody to show up for her. And that when we do the parent support circle and when we do Work DC, it isn't because we want to dictate respectability politics to a community that we want to enrich and empower. It's because we understand that we are a part of a larger system that we did not create, but we are dedicated to destroying. And unfortunately, because we've identified that cooperative economics and capitalism are at the root of our existence, we've got to be honest about the fact that we've got to generate some funds. And sometimes that doesn't look like it's coming out of your pocket. It looks like telling the rich friend that you know about the work that's being done. Or telling us about the work that you do because maybe we're able to create a program around it and work together. But the point is that we've got to relook at how we address philanthropy, which comes from the Greek word philanthropos, which specifically speaks to utilizing your time, your talent, and your resources and putting it back into great causes. So I'm going to read this poem, but I want to let you know that whether we had 1 or 100 people here, that I will dedicate my life to ensuring that the Ayanas, the unnamed, the irrelevant, the almost relevant, the infamous, the notorious, all have a place to come. Because we need to create a future worth fighting for, and we don't have that right now, as indicated by our last election. And if you feel like elections and all other levels of policy are irrelevant, come spend some quality time with the Future Foundation so we can help you understand that it was the Council of Ferguson that helped to hold the vote for Mike Brown to the point that Darrell Wilson was let off. So we have a council here in DC. So if you're engaged in advocacy, if you're engaged in organizing, you're able to move the way in which policies affect you directly and the folks who just happen to commute here, because we welcome you as well if you welcome progressive change. And so I just wanted to say that because so many times folks are invited to programs and folks are invited to events where we really only want your money and we really only want your signature on the dotted line. But what I want from you, and I can't speak for the other folk who work here, but they can talk to y'all if they want. What I want from you is your commitment that no matter what it looks like, even if it doesn't look like supporting the Future Foundation, we all leave here re-energized and worth making a future worth fighting for. And we know how to tell the folks who don't yet know that we need them to fight, or no longer see the value in continuing to fight, that we need them alongside us. And if you don't see their value, spend some time with yourself and realize what it is to have self-care, and then what it is to expand your self-care to community wellness. Because that's what it is for us to win. And that's a part of cooperative economics, which is called Ujamaa. So now I'm off my soapbox, y'all. I'm gonna read this good old poem. Y'all would have thought I prepared that or something. That sounded real legit. So here we go. Stories. We teach our children to believe in monsters before we teach them to believe in themselves. Education or lack thereof. I'm lost in all of my intersections. Does black come before gay? Because you can see it? Does independent precede women, or is independent invalidated by women? Or America, 3 Ks, be sure to spell it correctly. Or your processes, or lack thereof. Bureaucracy, democracy, backwards bedtime stories. To teach our children to believe in monsters before they believe in themselves, because believing in monsters will get you further than believing in yourself. Being black ain't never got you more than being black. And you came here with that. So it's really an accomplishment, heaven sent, God or goddess. If you are divine, you can't be binary. Unlimited. Backwards bedtime stories. When we take control of our narratives, when we tell our truths, living out loud, uncloseted, unafraid. Backwards bedtime stories move forward.